Hello, welcome to my station. Today I'm going to talk about a subject that is talked about a lot, and that's religion. I'm going to talk about the Bible, talk about free will, talk about predisposition, predetermination, talk about preconception, preconceivement, predestiny. Do you believe in all of those things? Do you believe that everything that has happened in your life was predetermined, predestined, preconceived? Do you believe that? And at the same time, do you believe that you have free will? Let's talk about it. How can we have both? How can man have free will when his life is already predetermined? Think about it. How can you have free will when everything that happens in your life has already been manifested, manipulated, and chosen to be the way it is? What are we doing? Are we merely actors in our own theater, in our own play? Are we being told and fostered to believe that we have a free will to do something when basically our will has already been predestined, predetermined by some unknown being? Think about it. I know these are mundane questions on the natural level, but it also could be something that we could answer in what they call a supernatural. Who knows? How can we, as individuals, be free to rebel when in the beginning of beginnings, it's been predetermined that even the things we do, even our free will, is not our own? Think about it. I mean, I'm smiling not because I'm hilariously trying to make fun of this stuff. I'm laughing because it's really astute, absurd, and it's kind of messed up to the human mind because it boggles us. It causes us to become asinine and unraveled, and we don't know what to do. We're trying to figure out a mess, but it isn't a mess. Are we free or are we not? The answer is we are not free. What we are, we have an objection. We are to be objective. We can see things the way we want to see them. We can choose to therefore believe things as we feel they should be felt or explained or understood. And we can therefore reject the notion that anything and everything is connected. We can say that the heart and the lungs are not connected. The liver and the pancreas are not connected. The kidneys and the spleen are not connected. The eyes and the brain is not connected. That doesn't change the fact that all those parts are connected to each other. We have the opportunity to be objectively keen or subjectively defaulted. Either way is really nonchalant and irrelevant to the point of what's true. Truth has nothing to do with your opinion. Your opinion and truth are totally anonymous. Okay? So let's get that out of the way. Let's look at this whole thing about the Jesus story. They said that Jesus before the world was even created that he was. What they fail to understand is that Jesus is not Christ. Christ is a principle. Now I'm going to get a little esoteric with you. I think I need to. Christ means 5 things: intelligence, life, love, strength, in substance. It doesn't mean a man. It's a title that all of us can attain. Those 5 principles have always existed. You can't create them. You can't create them. They manifest in their own manifestation. Sadly, people who don't understand, they confuse the two, Jesus and Christ. Christ also cannot die. It's a principle. Enough of that. I'm not going to go any further with that. I don't want to get off the subject. I just had to put that in there. It had to be interjected. But anyway, how can you have free will and everything be predetermined? Let's look at it from another perspective. The only way to have free will and everything to be predetermined is if you, yourself, and I are one and the same. You basically has predisposed an idea. You have brought this idea into existence. You have watered this idea with a desire. And you plant that idea, and then that idea will grow. You can go from having predetermined the idea to having free will with the idea based off of your perception and understanding. Let me give you a better case scenario. How about look at it like this? You know in the back of your mind that if you go out there and you drink and drive, you stand a chance to hurting someone. But you do it anyway. Because even though you know better, your free will can allow you to beseech the opportunity and forget about all of what you know, what your conscience has taught you, and what it has relayed to you. You go out there and you kill somebody, your free will, which is nothing but an opportunity. See, free will is nothing but an opportunity when you look at it from the spiritual and super intellectual level. Super intellectual level, I should say. It's better sound. But when you look at it from the mundane and the material, dialectical understanding, man don't have free will. He can't have free will, and things can't be predetermined if you're looking at it from the mundane, the earthly realm. But if you're looking at it from another zone, you can have both, because there is no God outside of you. You are that which you call God. That's what everybody's missed. Everybody missed that. You are the idea that is called God. There's no God outside of you. If there is, we don't know about it. In closing, the Bible and the Quran is written about man, by man, for man. It's talking about man's destiny, man's desires. It has nothing to do with a creator or creative process. We don't know about that, so we need to drop that. We have no idea of how anything began. And to my best estimation, we never will. It's not even important. It's not important to find out how things began, the universe, if it ever had a beginning. And I'm one of these people that don't feel and don't think it had a beginning. It's that it's always been a continuation of something and something else and something else. It's ongoing all the time. All the time. But the spiritual books are talking about man, and it's talking about man getting understanding about itself. It has nothing to do with some boogeyman that we may call the unknown. It really doesn't. But for those that don't know any better, they're going to still go by that cliche, and they're going to hold on to that conception. That conception is that the world had a beginning. Everything came from one source. There's no proof of that either. There's no proof that all things came from one source, and that's really ignorance and remote. When you think that everything came out of one thing without any options outside of that and any opposition, it's kind of like trying to say that a man can have a child without any female interaction. But some people believe that too. So what I have to do and what you have to do, we have to leave people alone in their ignorance and their ignorance. Because until they get ready to accept it, there's nothing going to be done. Have a good day.